What's up, gamers? This is NGG here with a new episode of Am I the Asshole Gaming Edition. We are here to do a gaming edition Am I the Asshole story. So, this is going to be something new for us. Let us know if you like it in the comments below. So, let's get right into it with our first Am I the Asshole story. So, I'm going to be looking a little sideways while I read, just in case. Okay. Am I the asshole for gaming 3 days straight, but not letting my husband do the same? So with that, it would sound like it. But let's get into the throwaway. This isn't linked to my main account. So this is a throwaway account. I, 31 female, and my husband, Jay, is 32 male, have been married for 7 years. We have 2 kids, 5 female, 1 year male. Jay and I are both big gamers. We also have good jobs and get decent fund money each month. We usually split the fund money between all of our hobbies, but Jay spends most of his on games. He typically buys every game that interests him on the release day and loves collecting trophies. I, however, tend to play the same few games over and over again, and if I do play a new game, I'll pick and choose which game I'm most interested in, and I'm waiting for a sale. Ooh, hashtag never pay full price, guys. Anyway, my favorite game of all time is Spider-Man. It came out a couple of weeks after I had my daughter, and I became obsessed while I was on maternity leave. I've played the game for hundreds of hours and replayed the story at least 8 times. As I'm sure that many of you know, Spider-Man 2 came out a little over a month ago. Guys, this is years old, so don't mind how old this story is. A little over a month ago. I've been waiting a very long time, and I've been very excited to play the game when it released. A month before, I told Jay that I'd like to take that Friday through Sunday completely off so I can hopefully 100% the game on that weekend. He agreed. I asked off for work and made arrangements on the weekend, buying pre-made dinners so that we wouldn't have to cook, as well as asking mom to watch the kids on Saturday, so we'd have a day off too. He works Monday through Thursday, so he didn't have to ask for any time off of work. The game released weekend was great. He took care of 90% of the kids' needs, and I was able to platinum the game Sunday afternoon. Last weekend, he mentioned offhand how I would be parenting solo this weekend, and that he'd be looking forward to time off while he plays the new Avatar game. I asked what he meant, and he said that since I got 3 days off to play Spider-Man, he'd be doing the same for his games going forward. I told him that was unfair. Jay was upset. I asked him why he didn't bother to ask me if it was okay doing this, and he said that he thought it was obvious trade-off, that if I got 3 days off for my game, then he would too. I told him that it wasn't the obvious trade-off, and I'd be willing to do a few times a year, but asking me to do multiple weekends a month without his help was too much. He was pissed. I left to go cool off while I put the kids to bed. Since then, he's been shutting down whenever I try to bring it up, making loud sighs and passive-aggressive comments whenever anything about Spider-Man game or gaming gets brought up. I don't know if I'm being unfair by refusing to parent alone whenever a new game he wants to play comes out. And there is an edit, just in case. So she goes, edit to, a lot of people seem to be confused about multiple weekends things. I'll attempt to elaborate. After I asked him what he meant, he explained, I took 3 days off for my game and set a precedent that he'd be able to do the same for all his new releases. He would not just be asking to take care of one weekend off of his gaming. He would expect to be able to take all future gaming releases off, which would be at least twice a month, if not more. Ooh, No, no, no. Okay, so that was the story. I'm gonna say, he should have told her that was his plan. I think. Like she made pre-made meals. She made sure to make sure that she did pre-made meals. She asked for her family to take care of the kids so it wasn't a solo burden on him, and she made arrangements ahead of time, and now he's just gonna assume that she's doing every new release off. This was her favorite game. I would see if it was once in a while his favorite game, but like every, because he gets the new games on release. Yeah, what do you think about the story before I say whether I think he's an asshole or not? I'm leaning towards he's a bit of an asshole for assuming without talking to her. What do you think?
I think the biggest crime should have been that he wanted to take a break just to play Avatar by Ubisoft. But besides from that, no, he's definitely an asshole for sure. Mainly for the simple fact that it was just one game, and it was Spider-Man 2, and she had waited a long time compared to him, where it even said it in the beginning, where he picks up every new release game. So it's not just going to be, once in a while, or like once every 2 to 4 years, is going to be every single release game every single month throughout the year, essentially. So it's almost like it's almost like he took her one experience for Spider-Man 2, wanted to make it his entire life for every game that comes out. So
right, I think he was like, oh yeah, you set a precedent, now every new release we're doing it. She's like, this was my favorite game. Yes, this one game, sure. And like, if he would have said, yeah, every now and again I would like to do the same, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have said no. But he's saying every new release that comes out, he's gonna want to do the same. And I think that is unfair, because one, she doesn't plan on doing it every new release. She already said that she plays games. She probably plays games like Animal Crossing that take the same, like, it's just a game to play to waste time, and not, and you're not playing a brand new experience every week. So it would be unfair for him to like have so many weekends off, especially if he's the kind of gamer that gets every new release. You could have a new game coming out every weekend, and then she's stuck for every weekend because she set the precedent. I think maybe, like she said, she was willing to do twice a year, right? Like maybe 2 or 3 times a year would be fine, but every new release, I think that's asking for too much. And if he knew, I think he knew going into that's what he was expecting, and that's why he didn't fight her on it. But I'm like, if he knew that, he should have said that. Yeah, but that's where I am. I think he is a bit of an asshole. I don't think he's 1,000%, but I feel like he knew.
He definitely is 100%.
You think he's 100% of an asshole?
Well, yeah, because she even mentioned it in the edit, or before the edit, where she was like, every time I mention Spider-Man, or anytime I mention video games itself, like he would just he would be like a child and throw a fit. So it was almost like one of those things where it's like, you didn't really want it to do it for me time, you wanted to do it to just essentially escape from parenting. And even with the Spider-Man thing, like she was like, he was either the babysitter or her mom, one of the two, but she was like, that was stuff planned out ahead of, premeditated for just one game, where he wanted to be his whole life, and then when he couldn't get it, he just threw a fit. So he's 100% for just throwing the fit because it just didn't go his way.
Right. Okay. All right, so that is the episode. I think, yeah, you think he's an asshole. I think he's a bit of an asshole. I don't think he's 100% of an asshole. But if he went in 100% knowing that he was gonna take advantage of this, then yeah, he's 100% of the asshole. But yeah, thank guys for watching. If you like this series, let us know in the comments below, and let us know, do you think he's an asshole? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy gaming, guys. Bye. And